and fetishisms that are, I will show you a bit, very much pushed in that case. It comes from a location, actually. In Hong Kong, there are these beautiful stairs on Hong Kong Island that go up the peak, surrounded by trees and old buildings, and they look at night, they are very quiet at night, whereas Hong Kong usually is a bustling city. And they look like the kind of place where you would see a pretty girl hurrying on her high heels, chased by a maniac killer with his clothes and a trench coat. Basically like in the Italian giallo, the horror movies from the late 60s and 70s, from Argento, Bava. So we found that, well, this place brought us this idea, and we thought it would be interesting, that it would be fun to do the same kind of thing. That means to do a giallo, not exactly a copy of a giallo, but a maniac murder story in Hong Kong instead of in Italy, with some bits of the giallo rules, but at the same time our personal influences, that is Chinese cinema, Japanese cinema, and instead of a main character, this lady.
Yes, actually. No, what can I add to this? He said everything. I think, yes, also, you know, because we have been writing in Hong Kong for 15 years, and when we arrived in Hong Kong, and since we have been there, and we have been asked very often to write stories about Westerners going to Hong Kong. You know, very often we are asked to develop this kind of project, and usually those films end up being very stupid. You know, they are very boring. Usually, you will have this French guy or American guy arrive in Hong Kong, and then they are confronted to the stereotypes of Hong Kong. So we thought that if we are doing this, mixing the genre would be more fun, and pushing the envelopes on those stereotypes, that it will become so, you know, over the top, and then it will become funny, because you can have a mix of all those things, you know, that we like and we find is sexy. Because the most important for us was to have this group of ladies who are all very different, but graphically very, very attractive, and of course led by Carrie.
And I'd like to ask Carrie, what attracted you to this project? This is very different than a lot of the things we've seen you do in the past.
對於演員嘅角度嚟講，我都喺電影都有一段時間啦，所以我以前拍過好多電影，我都曾經演過殺人嘅角色。咁呢部戲對於殺人嘅方法有咩吸引我？我諗係佢唔係真係為咗目的去殺人，佢為咗一個意境或者為咗個境界殺人，佢唔係為錢為欲，即係世人要追求嘅嘢係一般唔係世人所追求嘅另外一種世界去殺人，同埋殺人嘅方法佢係一個好溫柔同埋好似對於殺人係有個美感去烹飪，可以烹飪呢個死亡世界，我覺得係好特別，同我以前都未演過，我覺得都未見過其他電影裏邊有呢個對死亡係咁樣描述嘅。
I have been an actor for quite a while, and I've acted in killer roles in the past. But what attracted me to this role is that there's really no real purpose or very tangible purpose to her killings. She's not killing for money, and she's not killing for greed. She's more seeking a level of gratification, and also the way she executes her killings is very stylized and almost to a level of culinary art. like a chef cooking. So it's not something I've ever seen before. So that's what appeals to me about this role.
Now, can you tell me about the background? You have the Cantonese opera kind of as the backdrop, and actually the story is also kind of mirroring the plot as it unfolds. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, we thought that Cantonese opera would be a nice way to tell the background story. You know, it's a little bit like in the Greek plays, the Greek tragedies, where you have the orchestra that is the chord that is telling part of the story, and after you have the action in front. And so it was a way to tell things, to link it, and it was also for us a great opportunity to tinker a little bit with Cantonese opera, because it's an art. It's not. Painting opera is more widespread and a little bit more known. You know, it's the Chinese opera is a bit more acrobatics. But Cantonese opera is more sung, a little bit more static, and it's really a local form of art that is unfortunately disappearing. So the theater where we had the privilege to film is the last place fully dedicated to Cantonese opera, and it was going to close, to be destroyed, or to be replaced by a commercial shopping mall or something like this. So we tried to hurry to film in it, and luckily now the theater remains, will be preserved for a little more. So it was like a pet project for us to be the first Westerners who would get to play with a classic repertoire and create or modify more or less an original play from the story.
Yeah, we are fans of Cantonese opera, and this also, you know, when we arrived in Hong Kong, there were many old cinemas and theaters that were still open, where you can see Cantonese films. And in the last 10 years, most of them are closed now, and they have been replaced by shopping malls or any kind of stupid things, you know. And now there is actually of the old theaters in Hong Kong, it's the only one remaining. So for us, this place was also very, very beautiful. We've been going there several times to see plays. So we absolutely wanted to have this inside the story, this place inside the story.
Do we have any questions from the audience? Yes.
Question. So I just repeat the question in English. So welcome, Carrie. Welcome back. Long time no see. I believe the last time that we saw you in appearing in film was back in 2000 or 2001. So this time it's great to see you and we can come back. And I was wondering if you've decided to come back for good, or is this a one-time thing?
其實我做咗演員做咗，你都知我做一段頗長時間。我對演戲係追求係好個人化，即係演員好個人。我覺得叫做即係中國人叫個人，又叫做大戲人。其實我真係接過好多角色，都好多時重疊，但係問題今次點解會吸引到我會即係拍呢套戲？因為主要就係兩個導演係法國人，我未試過同外國導演同埋歐洲或者屬於歐洲嘅導演合作過。我覺得佢哋兩個導演係第一佢對東方文化好熟悉，同埋今次主要原因佢呢個角色啦，裏邊呢個殺手角色，佢因為識咗我，佢特別係寫呢個人物出嚟，所以我覺得佢好誠意咯，同埋初初俾呢個角色嗰陣時，佢俾到我好大信心我。初我睇完個劇本，我真係冇乜信心咗，我覺得都好難啊！對於我做咗咁多年演員，我覺得都係好頗難，但係我覺得佢哋可能 佢呢個角色為我而寫，佢好大信心俾我，所以我又嘗試去試一試。試完之後，我覺得就大家都有個好成績，就可以嚟到多倫多介紹呢部戲俾大家。喺呢個影展裏邊，希望呢個第一步啦，希望跟住我哋亦都可以參與世界各地更多嘅影展。呢部戲俾世界各地留意到。吳嘉麗喺呢套戲嘅殺人經典嘅片段。多謝。
So, as you know, I've been a long time actress, and I really enjoy acting. I don't really see it as a job, but I do have a personal gratification from this profession. I know that I've done similar roles in the past, but what appeals to me this time is that it's my first time working with two French directors. In fact, my first time collaborating with foreign directors, and they bring a very new perspective into filming. First of all, they're very familiar with Oriental culture, and secondly, they really tailored this role for me. When I first read the script, I had no confidence in myself being able to live this role because I find it a very big challenge. But they put faith in me. They believed that I could do it. So I tried, and we made a good effort, and we made it into TIFF, which is great. I hope there will be more to come. Either this film will make it into other festivals, or there will be more works on their way. So stay tuned.
Do you have anyone else? Yes, sir.
Two-part question, I guess. What makes French Asian films so special, and how do you see injury used in shadow?
I don't know what would make French Asian movie per se particular or specific. I think it's really ourselves. It's not really the fact that we try to integrate a French sensibility into Hong Kong movie, but we are French, of course. We have been raised and born. We carry a culture, but we've been living in Hong Kong for 15 years, so we have become something of monsters without really specific culture or desire to mix them knowingly, but we bring many influences that are actually our love and our passion for cinema. There's a lot of Japanese actually in this movie. There's a lot of Italian influences also. So I guess it's film fans that we are, growing, watching a lot of different movies, plus our personal tastes. So that's true that we like women such as Carrie. We like dry martini, we like food. Not necessarily eating the people. We like cooking. So maybe that's our French part, but cooking is something very, very important for Cantonese, for Chinese in general. It's a culture that we can relate to very easily. So I think the thing comes naturally. The fact after that we were, as Julien said, trying to bring a Western character into this Asian world and playing a bit with it. Of course, we thought that we were going to use an angle on this blonde woman, a bit Melvillean, I would say. She's a trench coat is like a trench coat in someone. So of course we would enhance, increase a little bit French aspect and a French style, but after that, we went along.
About Inju, yes, we have seen Inju. No, have you seen Inju? Yes, seen Inju too. Yeah, it's difficult to talk about it because I'm a very big fan of Barbet Schroeder. I feel that he's a genius in cinema. And his movie about